Hello friends, welcome to FreeCAD tutorial, and in this tutorial we will learn how to model this chuck jaw in FreeCAD. As you can see that I have already modeled it, and I will show you from the scratch how I did it in a FreeCAD. So let's start. So I will close this file and I will create a new file. So before proceeding, if we can see that our dimensions are in the inches, so first we will go to the edit and then preferences, and here we will go for the units, and here we will change our unit to empirical decimal, inch and pound, and I will say OK, and I will say apply. And now we will read our model and how we are going to model this. So for this, first we will make a solid extrusion of the outer boundary like this of 1.75 inch symmetric to the plane, and then we will adapt this chamfers, this cut here, and the cut at the bottom portion, and then at the end we will adapt this hole. So this is we are going to model this part. So let's start. So I will create a new body here. Either I can create a part also, but this part work as a container only. So I will press the space bar and on my plane. Now as per our plane orientations, so we will draw our base sketch on exit plane. So I will select this exit plane and I will say sketch, and then I move to my model tree and I will press the space bar and I will hide my planes. Now if we look at our drawing, so we are going to keep our origin at this point here. So our origin will be something here. So we will simply draw a rectangle here, and then we will give it a overall dimension of 4.25 inch. So I will give 4.25 and vertical height of 2.75. so I will select here and I will give 2.75. Now you can see that we see the inch here, so our unit has been set properly. And now we will make a solid extrusion. We'll close it, and solid extrusion of 1.75 here, which we see in both the directions. So I will go for the pad and I will give here 1.75, and here I will go for symmetric to the plane and I will say OK. Now we have made our solid block. Now we will make this chamfer cut here. We will go from the here, and from the top to bottom we will make our material removal process. So I will select this face and I will say sketch, and I will project this two geometry here, and I will draw a line to connect this, and now I will give my angle. So here it is a 30, so my angle will be here 150, 150 and dimension will be 1.62. Sorry, it is a 1.62. And now I will close the profile. And now I will say through all cut. I will say OK. And now we have successfully made this one. Now we will make this arc cut. So we will read its dimension. Now I will select this face and I will say sketch, and I will switch to the isometric. Now for this arc we have to project these two corner edges. So first I will project these two corner edges and simply I draw a 3-point arc. And then I will make this arc center point coincide with my axis. And now we will read our dimensions. So from the edge it is 1.75 inch. So I will project my edge here. If any difficulty, switch to the isometric, rotate the model and select the edge. So you can see that it has been projected. Now here is the dimension 1.75. So I will give the dimension. Some snipping issue, pick up in a point. So 1.75. Now I will move it to the outside. Now our arc is still not constrained because we have not given it a dimension. So this arc dimension is here is a 4.5 inch. So I will give here radius and I will say it 4.5. and I will switch to the isometric. Now we will close our profile. So here we will see that what happened, why it is not constrained. Okay, so this and this point I will merge. So here is our profile which is fully constrained. Now we will read our depth dimension. So we can see here it is a 1 inch cut here. So I will close it and I will say cut. I will select my sketch and go for cut, and here I will give 1 inch and I will say OK. Now on this surface we will make this cut of radius 4.69, which having the same center of the cut which we have make here. So I will select this face and I will say sketch, and I will switch to the isometric, and first I will require this arc, so I will project it and I will switch to the wireframe here. So this is our existing arc, so our new arc will be more than of this. So I will project these two corner edges, and I will draw a 3-point arc here. And now these two arc having the same center, so I will select my existing and my new arc, and I will say merge. And now dimension is a 4.69, so I will select it and I will give radius 4.69. and now I will switch to the isometric, and I will project these three edges, and I will close my profile. So our profile is closed, and now our depth is here is a 0.31 inch, so I will close it and I will switch to the flat lines. Now I will go for the cut and I will give dimension 0.31, and I will say OK. Now we will make our this radial cut here on our new surface, so I will select this face and I will say sketch. Now same way I will project these two edges, and now I will go for the 3-point arc, and I will coincide my arc center point with my axis, and then I will give radius which is a 3 inch, now we will see what is the unconstrained. So the position is here is unconstrained, so we will look for the position. So its position is a concentric with our first cut which we have made, so we will project our first cut, so we will get the center points. So here is the center points, so I will select these two center points and I will say merge. So you can see that our arc is fully constrained. Now we will close our profile. Now the cut is a 0.31 inch, so I will close it. I will say cut 0.31 inch, say OK. Now we have forgot to save our model, so I will save my model. I will give it revision 1 because I have already made it, so I will say OK. Now we will make the cut at this portion here, here and here, and then we will make this one. So I will select this face and I will say sketch, and I will project my these two edges, and I simply draw two rectangles from here and from here, and now we will read the dimensions and we will constrain it. So if we see here, from here it is a maximum 1.5, so I will give it 1.5, and between this point to this point is 7.49, so I will give 0.749, and the height of the cut is a 0.12, so I will give it 0.12. Now I will select these 2 points and give it horizontal constraint. So our sketch is fully constrained, so I will close my sketch and I will go for cut, and then I will simply say through all, and I will say OK. And now we will make this cut here, and then we will make these 2 holes here, and we will finish our model. So I will select this face and I will say sketch, and I will go for the isometric, and I will project my edge, and here I will draw a rectangle, and I will make these 2 points symmetric. So I will select this one and I will make symmetric, and dimension is a 0.5 from this edge, so I will select this one and this one, and I will give the dimension 0.5, and total width of the cut is 0.752, so I will select these 2 points and give 0.752. So here is some conflict, so I will say OK. Let's see. So we will break the constraint here. We will see, first we will give this one, .752, and 0.5. Now we will make this cut. So for this we will select this face and say sketch, and I will project this edge, and I will go for rectangle, and I will give the position from here to here, it is a 0.5, so 0.5, and then from here 0.752, so 0.752, cut is 0.12, so 0.12, and I will close my sketch. So here it is a given, it is a slot clear through, so I will go for cut, and I simply say through all, and I will say OK. And now here we will make this counter bore holes here. So first I will select this face and I will say sketch, and now on this face I will draw a circle. So we can see that 0.5 is a drill and 0.75 counter bore with the depth of 0.81 deep and two holes. This means that our this hole and this hole is the same. So now here we have 0.5 drill, so I will select this one and I will go for diameter and I will give 0.5. Now the position of this hole is a 0.25, 0.75. So I will project this edge here, and then I will select my this point and my center point. So it is 2.5 plus 0.75. So I will say okay. So this is my position. In fact, this 0.5 dimension is not important because we are going to make it with hole. Okay, so for our hole feature we can draw the circle of any size. So I will go for the hole, and here 0.5 is a through drill, so I will give here 0.5 and I will say through all, and here in a hole type I will select counter bore, and counter bore diameter is a 0.75 with a depth of 0.81. So I will give 0.81. I will say okay. So you can see that we have successfully made this hole, and we will make same hole features at this surface here. So I will go for the isometric, and I will select this face and I will say sketch, and position of this hole is a 0.75 from the edge. So I will project this edge here, and I will draw a circle on this axis, and I will give it diameter of 0.5. I will give 0.5, and here it is 0.75. So now we can see here it is not cutting, so no problem because this is the 0.75 counter bore. So first when we will make actual this, then this hole will cut here the material at this portion because it is a counter bore of 0.75. So if you are not to cross check it, you can do this. If I make it 0.75, so you can see that it is cutting the material here. So we will when we adapt the whole feature, then we will see actual like this. Now we will make it 0.5. Now we will say close, and now we will go for the whole features, and we will do the same thing which we had it for the previous hole. So here diameter through all is a 0.5 inch, and it is a through all. And now here we will go for the counter bore, and here it is a diameter 0.75. 0.75 with a depth of 0.81. So as you can see that we are seeing same like as a hidden here our holes. We will switch to the isometric and let's see. We will go to the wireframe. If we go in a wireframe, we can see that our hole is look like the same here and here, here and here. So this is how we have made this model. And if you want to give some color, then you go to the appearances and I can give it some shiny color like chrome, and I will say close. So this is the very small tutorial for the beginner user to model the chuck jaw in a FreeCAD, and I will provide this source model and this 2D drawing in a video description so that any beginner user can. I hope you have liked this tutorial, and if you like this tutorial then you can support me on ko-fi.com. Here is my Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/Mechnexus. You can also find my Ko-fi page link here, or you can visit directly ko-fi.com/Mechnexus. Your small support will help this channel to grow. So I will come with more useful tutorial like this on FreeCAD. Thank you for watching and thank you for your valuable time.